Hello dear students. Now today we are learn the first chapter 1.3 revision of 1.3 post independence India. This chapter is very important again, and I will make a revision for first 1.1, then 1.2. 1.1 is ancient and medieval India. 1.2 is the colonial India, and third one is post independent India after Plassey's war. And the first point is very important, the Constitution of India. Some important points is, first point, Constitution of India. Next one is legislation, provisions and some legislation related to the Indian society. Laws was making by Indian government. Third one is economy. Fourth one is education, and fifth one is politics, your polity. Indian Constitution of India, this is the Parliament and Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India's building is here, New Delhi, and Indian Constitution, this is related to the after independence period. After independence, the goals and programs of the country have seen numerous changes, number of changes due to the impact of independence. We are independent in the 1947 and accepted the policy of democracy. Our ancient cultures and British period had mixed impact on our thought patterns, behavior, goals, aspiration, need, and so on. Alongside these have emerged new challenges as well as opportunities. We are guided by the principles and values enshrined in the Indian Constitution, and government plans and programs for their change, welfare, inclusion, development of all its people. Let us examine some significant factors that have affected India after 1947, because we are independent 15th August 1947. The Constitution of India was framed by the Constituent Assembly, which was founded on the 6th December 1946 to write the Constitution of India, and the head of the drafting committee of the Constitution was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It is a document based on the strengths of several constitutions, and it recognizes the diversity of Indian society. It cherishes the goals of liberty, equality, fraternity, and it supports secularism in the Indian context. This means respect for all the people of all religions. There have been numerous amendments to the Indian Constitution. A recent change has been the abrogation of Article 370 or 35A in August 2019, which was special status to Jammu and Kashmir, and now this one is the Union Territory. Means the government of India establish the Constitution of India. The diversity in Indian society, liberty, equality, fraternity, secularism, number of amendments related to the Indian Constitution, and Article 370 and 35A. The special provisions for the Jammu and Kashmir as well as Ladakh, this one is abrogation. Next one is legislation. The picture is here, gender equality. Means there is no discrimination with gender. Male and female are equal. There is no any special opportunity or special provision for the any gender. Both are equal. They may be male or a female. Laws are made by the Indian Parliament. Parliament, two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and they make laws for the people because our legislation power is given to the Parliament. Several laws related to the civil and criminal matters have been enacted, which may be amended or repealed from time to time related to society, because this is the rights given to the Parliament, and Parliament is related to the Indian Constitution. As well as legislative bodies make some laws related to the citizens. Next one is the laws or legislations related to the Indian society, which one is implemented after 1950. In the year 1954, the Special Marriage Act. 1955, Hindu Code Bill, which one is very important related to the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was support to this bill, to this Hindu Code Bill. 1955, the Untouchability Act, later renamed the Protection of Civil Rights Act in 1976. 1956, the Suppression of Immoral Traffic in Women and Girls Act. It is called as the SITA, SITA. 1961, the Dowry Prohibition Act. 1971, the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, MTP. 1985, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. 1986, the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act. 1995, Person with Disabilities is given Equal Opportunities, Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act. 2005, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act. 2012, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, POSCO Act. It was amended in 2019. 2013, the Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act. 2015, the Juvenile Justice Act. 2019, the Transgender Person Protection of Rights Act. All these social legislations made by the Parliament and related to the civil rights. Next one is impact of after India's impact on Indian society. First one is Indian Constitution is one of the important part of our life. Next one is all the legislations, and the third one is economy. The economic growth of India was guided by the planned development through the 12 5-year plan till 2017. The government was made some laws related to the development of economy. How to develop economy of our country, that's why 5-year plan was made every 5 years, and this one is continuously up to the 2017. Government influences the philosophy that drives economic decisions, while we are driven by socialist principle for many decades. The government took upon itself the responsibility of education and healthcare in particular. All the weaker section of the society, for example, vulnerable section of the society, or a scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, denotified and nomadic tribes, all these weaker sections, their responsibility was taken by the government of India, and making the responsibility of education and as well as all the health facilities to provided for the common people. It was in 1991 we accepted the globalization by the Prime Minister of now the economic policy due to the impact of Dr. Manmohan Singh were accepted the globalization, and we are open door policy is related to the global market. Since 2014, changes such as demonetizations, currency related, single taxation policy under GST, welfare schemes, borderless trade practices, Swachh Bharat, drives promoting entrepreneurships, etc. have been key points. After India's independence, the impact of globalization on Indian society, we are already facing some, empower our global market, because we are already exporting many goods and services to the globe, to the world. But in the year demonetization was done because of the related corruption, many other issues related to the currency, and the single tax policy, it is called as goods and service tax, were implemented government of India. Means the economy related changes was done in the last 30 years, but maybe we are already accepted 70 years ago. Now related to the education, after independence, what is the situation of education and education system in India? Anganwadis, schools, universities, deemed universities, autonomous institutions, IITs, IIMs, triple ITs, NITs, all the institutions, vocational programs, open learning, online education, self-learning opportunities were established due to the impact of our government. The draft of new economic policy has been formulated in 2019. Now the government of India has 2020, means 2021, they may be started the new economic policy, and 10+2+3 policy will be abrogations. This one is demolished, and now 5, 3, 3, 3 and 4, this policy will be implemented, which aim to the transform education across the level, all the levels of the people. Next one is politics or a polity. The governance based on the principle of democracy, because democracy means of the people, for the people and by the people. Means the democracy work only for the people, means people's power, and power is given to the only for a people. The three arms of the governments are the executive, legislative and judiciary. This is the three arms of the government. But this one is the rights or their rights and fundamental rights is given by all these three principles, three pillars: executive, legislative and judiciary. But these are the separate and independent bodies. Now the next one is, we have the principle of democratic decentralization, where power percolates down to the grassroots level. Means just like the policy were accepted by the decentralizations, for example village level, gram panchayat, block level, tehsil level, these different level, and district level. That type of distributions of the power, decentralizations of power were started in Indian society. The Indian political system no longer recognizes the former statues of prince, ya Nawab, Raja or a Rani. There is no any recognitions given by the government of India. All the citizens are equal in the eyes of law. There is no any superiority or inferiority complex in the society. All are equal. Modern India has embraced the principles and practice of free and fair election. Decentralization of power, equal opportunities among all the people, equal in the eyes of law, there is no any superiority, as well as free and fair elections of the Indian society. This is the principles. India is also has a multi-party system. Number of parties is here, and multi-party system is already accepted in our society. We also have a federal system of governance, center and state or a union territory. That type of federal structure we are accepted. The role of the opposition parties is the responsibility of keeping a check on the government in power, as well as consensus is an important value in an democratic society. Means the political power structure, political decentralizations of power, all these were included in the system of society. Means after India's independence, education, economy, secularism, politics, all these fields were developed right now, developing with the path, and rapid changes were accepted in legislation, in education, as well as in Indian constitution. All the aspects were changing with the rapid speed. Last is very important part. Miss, I am given homework. State whether the following statements are true or false. With reason, this question may be asked for 2 marks. India is a secular country. You have to write the answer true or false with their reason. The kind of equality advocated by the Constitution is not found in reality. The statement true or false may be the true or may be the false. You have to write with your particular reason, and the answer is suitable for your statement. True means you have to write their true statement. False, you have to write the false statements. Why this one is false? Yeah, why this one is true? Next one is give reason. Give your personal opinion. Multi-party political system is beneficial to Indians. You have to write your own personal opinion. Give your personal opinion. All Indians have benefited by the higher education. You have to write your opinion. Next one is the long question, which one is already given in the next before PPT, means last previous PPT. Bring out the changes in British period, and here the bring out the changes in post independence period in relation to the Constitution of India, legislation. All these points to be covered with their explanation. Constitution of India, legislation, economy, education and polity. You have to cover all these points with their particular specific explanation. Thank you.